Welcome in for another edition of the Morning Espresso here on the SDH Network, presented by Oglethorpe University, Atlanta's premier undergraduate learning experience and soccer powerhouse. I'm Jason Longshore, and here's all the soccer news you need to know for Tuesday, February 18th. The deal is done for FC Cincinnati and Portland. Evander heading to one of the Queen cities in the United States. I know Charlotte fans are throwing things. $12 million for Evander to go to Cincinnati from Portland. There's an extra $150,000 in conditional cash. It feels like chump change at this point. After that, Portland took some of that cash and announced that they had acquired 24-year-old midfielder David Pereira da Costa from Lens in France. Around $8 million is what the reported fee is for Pereira da Costa. He moved from Portugal to France at the age of 9, joined Lens at the age of 11. So here's the big picture scenario with all of these moves. Luciano Acosta from Cincinnati to Dallas for $6 million. Evander from Portland to Cincinnati for $12 million. Pereira da Costa from Lens to Portland for $8 million. I think Dallas might have ended up with the best part of that deal, but that's just me. We'll see how it all works out. Other deals around MLS as we get into the first week of the season. Colorado Rapids, they have acquired Josh Atencio from Seattle. $1.3 million in GAM split between the 25 and 26 seasons, another $300,000 in conditional GAM. Sounders will keep a sell-on percentage for Atencio. He'll be a U22 Initiative player for the Rapids. LAFC, they have sold Cristian Olivera. This has been rumored for a while. He's going to Gremio for $4.5 million, large sell-on percentage. He is the latest young MLS star going from the league to Brazil. Season and a half with LAFC. He assisted on the winning goal in the Open Cup final last season. LAFC have also acquired 21-year-old defender Artem Smolyakov from Ukraine. U22 Initiative spot. He's a defender. He will replace Olivera in that U22 spot. Vancouver Whitecaps, they have acquired our old friend here in Atlanta, Daniel Rios. He is from Chivas US, or Chivas, I want to say Chivas USA, I'm flashing back. Chivas de Guadalajara. It's through 2025. There is a purchase option on the deal. Houston, they are working on moves. Tom Bogert, Give Me Sport. He has reported that Nico Lodeiro and Michael Halliday, in two separate moves, could be going from Orlando to the Dynamo. And in the early predictions that are starting to come out nationally, I think the Dynamo are being severely underrated in the Western Conference. Watch out for the Houston Dynamo. Inter Miami, they start their CONCACAF journey not on Tuesday. It's going to be on Wednesday because of a winter storm warning and cold weather advisory for the Kansas City area. Snow is likely during the day on Tuesday. Temperatures dropping to 1 degree below zero on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, which is when they're going to play, an extreme cold watch with temperatures forecast to drop to 10 degrees below zero. Have fun, Lionel Messi and Inter Miami. That's not going to be pleasant. Have fun sporting Kansas City. It's not going to be pleasant for them either. CONCACAF Champions Cup with the MLS clubs getting involved. Here is your schedule. Tonight, Colorado, they host LAFC 10 p.m. Atlanta time. Herediano, they host RSL tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern time. Sporting Kansas City, they're hosting Miami tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time, as is Antigua of Guatemala hosting Seattle. Also, Motagua, they host Cincinnati, 10 p.m. at Atlanta time, Eastern time on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, Saprissa hosts Vancouver. That is a 10 o'clock East or 8 o'clock Eastern time game. All right, some stuff from around the world as well. Barcelona, they're back on top of La Liga. It's on goal difference. They won 1-0 over Rayo Vallecano. Robert Lewandowski, first half penalty there. Weekend slip-ups from Real Madrid and Atletico allows Barca to take the spot. They're on the same number of points as Real Madrid. They're 1 point clear of Atleti. Neymar, he scored his first goal for Santos since returning to Brazil, converted a penalty, 3-1 win over Agua Santa on Monday night. Leon, they have maintained their top spot in Mexico, 2-1 win over Atletico San Luis. Pachuca, they beat Pumas in a 2-1 home win. The US U17s, they completed a 3-game sweep, 31-0 goal differential. They advanced to the U17 World Cup in Qatar later this year. It was a 2-0 win over Cuba to clinch that qualification. And the U.S. have qualified for the U17 World Cup more than any other country in the world. Brazil can equal them later this year out of CONMEBOL. Parma, they have made a coaching move as they try to avoid relegation in Serie A. They're an 18th out of 20. Cristian Chivu, the former Romanian defender who is working as a youth coach at Inter Milan, he is going to Parma to try to keep them up. They lost 4 straight games before making the change. They haven't won a league game in 2025 as of yet. Keep an eye on the second division in Germany. It is one of the most thrilling title races in the world right now. 12 games remaining, the competition for 2 automatic promotion spots and a single playoff spot. It's very intense. 6 points separate the top 9 teams in the German second division. 7 different teams have led the table. More than a quarter of the games have ended in draws. Really, really tight. Second division in Germany, one to watch as we get down to the wire. Chloe Kelly, who we've talked about here on the Espresso, she has been called back into the England squad. Beth Mead injured. Chloe Kelly will be part of the English women's national team squad for Women's Nations League games this month. 7 games into a really promising loan for James Sands of NYCFC with St. Pauli in the Bundesliga. He suffered a serious injury, nudged by an opponent in the last minute of the game on the weekend. He's trying to attempt to reach a free kick. He landed awkwardly on his ankle, had to undergo surgery to, quote, repair a complex right ankle injury involving a fractured fibula and torn medial collateral ligament. Fingers crossed for James Sands to be able to come back from that and get back to this level of form. Really bad luck for him. He was really having an impact at St. Pauli. All right, Champions League today. These are going to dominate the headlines today and tomorrow. 3 to watch for today. All the games are tight going into today, but I wanted to focus on 3 of the 4. Milan and Feyenoord. Feyenoord have the 1-0 lead. This is going back to Italy. Milan have won their last 3 Champions League games at the San Siro. They haven't lost at home in 12 games now in all competitions. Christian Pulisic is a bit of a question mark. He trained on Monday, but he is trying to get back to this one to play on this afternoon, our time, evening, their time. We'll see. He did train on Monday, so fingers crossed. Atalanta hosting Club Bruges. 2-1 lead for Club Bruges. It was a penalty that was a horrific call by the referees involved. Bruges won that first leg. They have been eliminated in 16 different times in major European competitions when they've won the first leg of a knockout tie, more than any other side in history. That's crazy. That's a crazy stat. Bayern, they host Celtic. 2-1 lead for Bayern, and they're going to be at home. They're unbeaten in the Champions League for their last 20 games, 16 wins out of those 20. Celtic have never beaten Bayern in 5 attempts, but Harry Kane, he did not train on Monday, a facial injury. He needed treatment on his face at the end of their scoreless draw with Leverkusen on Saturday. He did finish the game, but he didn't train on Monday. Maybe a lifeline for Celtic? We will find out. Last one from me on the Espresso. It is a very special birthday today. Roberto Baggio's birthday, the Divine Ponytail, one of the most gifted players of all time. Just unbelievable on the ball, unbelievable on free kicks. He's one of the rare players, as Nick Alifi of the SDH Network says, that is beloved by almost everybody in Italy. Like he played for a lot of different clubs, and sometimes you get the territorial stuff, the rivalry stuff that pops in. Not with Baggio. He is just universally adored. One of the most talented players of our lifetimes. 1994 World Cup, incredible. I hate that the last memory of him in that tournament is missing a penalty in the shootout when he was not 100%. Unbelievable player. If you don't know Roberto Baggio or you haven't seen his highlights in a while, take a little bit of time on his birthday today to go back and watch those. Our high school soccer slate here on the SDH Network, it continues today. Doubleheader, little day-night doubleheader action. 3 o'clock, I'll be down in Peachtree City. Dalton making the trip down to face McIntosh. Winter break, you get a chance to play an early game. The JVs played before, but 3 o'clock, I'll have that one on our Mixler channel. You can access it, soccerdownhere.mixler.com. You can also listen by going to soccerdownhere.net, clicking the listen link at the top of the page. Then you can activate the widget there. Later this evening, 7:30, Seconder at Appalachia. John Nelson, Madison Cruz, they will have the coverage for you for that one. High school soccer coverage on the SDH Network, as always, presented by our friends at Kaiser Permanente. But this right here, the Morning Espresso, presented by our friends at Oglethorpe University, one of Atlanta's premier undergraduate learning experiences and a soccer powerhouse. More espresso to come this week on Thursday. I'll see you then.